The swift and savage soldiers of Japan were butchering the defenders of Southeast Asia. Malaya and half of China, Burma and Singapore, Siam and Indochina, the Philippines and the Dutch East Indies. The terror of Nippon was unmitigated. In British Columbia, the war is no longer remote. The defenses are down. What forces do exist put up a front, but fear strikes deep in BC, and it leads to injustice. All residents of Japanese extraction are stripped of their possessions. They have been under surveillance for months. They have cooperated with police, and not one is ever charged with a disloyal act. 3/4 are Canadian citizens. But the government feels there is a security risk and danger of race riots. They are uprooted with what many claimed was inadequate compensation. "21,000 innocent people are shipped to the interior. They are victims of war nerves and, some say, of bigotry. There is little outcry from the rest of Canada." On June 18th, an already anxious Vancouver is further startled. A passing Japanese submarine has lofted a shell at nearby Estevan Point. It is the only shell of the war to land on Canadian soil. Blackout drills are now serious business.
Action Depot. Hello, Action Depot. Control calling. Report from Zone Baker. Heavy bomb damage.
The Japanese are in the Aleutians, and Vancouver expects attack. Across the country, ARP means air raid precautions. Stockbrokers with sand pails, chartered accountants with fire extinguishers, housewives in tin hats, Boy Scouts in splints.
Teams to Hastings and Maine. Wilco, how is Zone Baker?
In Vancouver, some sing out the drills in Cantonese. But whatever the city and whatever the language, the orders are crisp and urgent.
Hello. Ça devient sérieux. Il y a 121 morts au marché Bon Secours.
Étranger se dirigeant vers le sud-sud-ouest. Allô Hector, allô. Ils viennent de changer de direction. Ils seront au-dessus de vous dans 60 minutes. Donnez l'alerte rouge.
The House of Parliament had burned during the First World War. In Ottawa, they drill on the Peace Tower. Parliament is in recess, but political sparks are flying. The Conservative opposition meets in convention to cast for a leader. Mannion is gone. Arthur Meehan has tried to come back, but has been dashed to defeat in a by-election.
We, the joint chairman of this convention, declare that the leader of this national party, by your choice and selection, is John Bracken.
The Manitoba Premier accepts.
You have paid me a very great honor. It is one far beyond my capacity to deserve. But I shall do my best to give you all I have.
Mackenzie King is less worried about his new opponent than about serious stirrings within his own party. Defense Minister Ralston has demanded the freedom to draft men, if need be, for overseas duty. But the government is pledged to oppose overseas conscription. King realizes the issue could shatter his massive support in Quebec. He has decided to go part way. Not necessarily conscription, he says, but conscription if necessary. He asks the nation to release him from his election pledge.
The struggle has now reached the point where it has become nothing less than a matter of saving freedom itself. and of saving the world from a condition of universal anarchy and chaos.
In a national plebiscite, 65% of the people vote in favor. Quebec is still strongly opposed. But the issue which split the nation in 1917 could happily be postponed. 3 divisions of conscripts could be kept for home defense. Volunteers were maintaining the 5 full divisions overseas, and they were lined up to join the Air Force and the Navy. In Roosevelt's words, Canada was the aerodrome of democracy. The British Commonwealth Air Training Plan had 97 schools in Canada. Here, 70,000 Canadians and 60,000 other British subjects would win their wings. The camps themselves were pretty dreary and needed the occasional movie star to dust a puff of glamour. For more practical day-by-day support, the call went out to the girl next door.
Sure, I'm proud. Can't you tell? This is the latest fashion for Mademoiselle.
I'm the proudest girl in the world. There are lots of reasons to why I'm in. With every soldier I'm out to win. We're out to build a shorter road into Berlin. That's why I'm proud.
Hold on. What kind of work can we do?
There's accounting, stenography, writing, videography. It may not sound romantic to be a simple clerk, but remember,
In the Army, there's confidential work.
we're the proudest girls in the world. We're in this battle to help our men. Come and join all of us fighting. Your Johnny will come marching home again to the proudest girl in the world.
The Wrens, the Quacks, the WDs. There were soon some 45,000 of them. They worked 100 jobs that men might fight. But ladies they were, and ladies they remained. There were uniforms from houses of high fashion, and Antoine of Paris to top them off. And there were thousands more who worked at the war in overalls. 345,000 farmers were leaving the land for the forces and the factories. Filling in with the women were the teenagers. If your marks were good, you could leave school early. The level of scholarship rose sharply. Despite the great migration from farm to city, Canada was a vital food source for the Allies.